Hey YouTube, I wanted to show my new watch. This one I've only had, I really like the G-Shock series from Casio, and I've only had this one for about a month, but I really like it a lot. And I don't know if you can see this here on the back or not. Let's see if I can get it to focus. And this is the Mudman. And this is, from what I'm understanding, kind of more resistant to mud versus, just being resistant to water, or I think they have multiple different ones. They have like a diving one, and they have, a surfing one, and they have all these different kinds of these Casio G-Shocks. But this one is kind of made more for mud. I guess it's got extra gaskets around here on the sides on the buttons. But this isn't really going to be a watch review as far as the different, stuff on this watch. There's a lot more educated guys about this thing. But I really just want to say that for the price point, I think I paid a little under $100 for this one. This is kind of blacked out with the subdued letters, and you also get, it lights up blue, but it looks kind of red when the light's not on, which is kind of neat. But you do get a really, a nice everyday watch. So I've been really liking this. You got a really nice long band too, and you do have the double pin thingy or whatever. But I really like it a lot. Just figured I would show you guys kind of the latest watch in the rotation. This is taking the place of my Casio G-Shock, my base model, and I gave that one to my oldest son. He kind of expressed a desire after he put it on and wouldn't take it off, so figured I needed to replace it. But this is a pretty nice little watch. To me, it feels more compact. I actually don't have my G-Shock with me because he's wearing it. That, obviously he took it from me. So it seems to be smaller. I'm trying to figure out what this is on the side. It's some kind of paint or something. But it seems to be smaller, kind of like on this dimension here. And it seems more form-fitting and flat on your wrist, which is kind of nice because it's really not too bulky. I'll put it on real quick. It's really not too bulky and doesn't seem to get in the way. I was talking to a guy that normally wears, bigger G-Shocks and stuff like that at work, and I'll show you. See, I think it's fairly small as far as, it's not really over big. I think the watches look silly when they're just too big, you know what I mean? So I've kind of had this fear that you look like a freaking retard carrying this huge darn watch around, But I started looking around at other people's watches, and there's quite a few watches bigger. But the guy that I was talking to, he actually carries his like this, and makes it, getting into his, pocket and stuff like that a lot easier, which it really does. I don't prefer it like that. I tried it for about a week. It just was not my thing. But if you find that with the watch face being on top that it does get in your way, you might be able to try it this way too. Seems to work out. And apparently it'll keep it from getting scratched up and stuff like that, not being exposed. You can hit it and stuff like that. But either way, I'm really digging this little watch. So I will give you guys updates. The other one, the regular Casio G-Shock, is the one that I've ran all the Tough Mudders in and stuff like that. A lot of mud runs and mud races. So I figured because, I do prefer to do those kind of races, and, it is kind of a hobby now because we do so many of them. And I'm sorry if I sound weird. I've kind of got a cold. But I figured I'd go with the Mudman just on that particular aspect, honestly. We've been getting back into surfing and doing some of our things there. So me and my oldest son, I kind of took a break, when I got married and had kids and everything. So now that my kids are getting older, I think it's kind of cool to get back into it. We are looking at paddle boards now, so we'll possibly look at getting into that thing too. Look like that might be kind of neat. But, I just wanted something that would kind of be able to do anything and everything we wanted to do. So I think this will work out pretty good and serve me well as far as, having a watch with me all the time. So definitely like it. It's kind of one of those things, once you get used to it, you kind of just prefer it, It's kind of weird because I'll come in the door and take my wedding band off because I never wear it when I'm at the house. But, and I'll put it on my keys, so I always know where it's at. But I leave my watch on, which is kind of funny, because you would assume that you'd always leave your wedding band on. But for some reason, I hate having my wedding band on all the time. So usually I'll leave my watch on and take my wedding band off. But anyways, I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll let you know, a little while later on how this thing's holding up, and we'll see how it does the next mud run. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Have a good one.